Hi, my name is Liam Fassam. I'm the Director of the Institute of Logistics, Supply Chain and Transportation at the University of Northampton. This video is to give a short overview of a project that we're involved with, which is AEOLIX, a digital infrastructure interchange program funded by the European Commission. I'll give you a short overview of what we have achieved thus far, one of our stakeholder testimonials, and a short wrap up from a colleague of mine in relation to supply chain security and the benefits that can be seen for AEOLIX of adopting same. The Institute of Logistics and Supply Chain at the University of Northampton are working with key stakeholders across the globe, namely Unilever, in bringing about a supply chain visibility tool to bring about greater benefits for all supply chain stakeholders. Supply chains currently suffer from a lack of visibility and collaborative data interchange. The AEOLIX platform, developed in collaboration with the European Commission and stakeholders, will enable greater data visibility and interchange between partners, which in turn should have a benefit to the areas such as mitigating fraud, increasing profitability, reducing carbon emissions, plus many other metrics associated with business efficiency. It's enabled LIST at the University of Northampton to be involved with a globally significant project and develop intellectual property in the area of logistics and supply chains, which can further be taken, developed and harnessed for other areas of supply chain research and development.
So customers are more demanding, I think, is a real key point for us, and that's the experience we get. If a customer orders something, they pay for something, sometimes they want it tomorrow, and we've got to be agile enough and flexible enough to actually get it to the customer when they want it. And as I say, customers are far more demanding now. Lots of people don't think about this, but simplistically, there are lots of times when things can go wrong. And I know we love to talk about the weather a lot in the UK, but actually the weather does have quite a significant impact on supply chain and the execution of the supply chain. So if a vehicle is due into this site, for example, at 9 o'clock this morning, the planning of this site will have a team of people ready at that time to take that vehicle in. That vehicle will be scheduled in with other vehicles through the day. So if for any reason that vehicle isn't here at 9 o'clock and it's late, it's going to have an impact in lots of ways. So actually having visibility, and I guess if the capability of that vehicle and that driver was to be able to contact the site he was due at, and there was that relationship and that two-way communication, it's going to be far more effective and a far more effective supply chain. So yeah, there are elements like weather, like congestion. You know, it's a growing problem. Congestion generally causes its own problems. There's an awful lot of time and effort that goes into putting something right, but of course if you got it right the first time, then you don't incur that additional cost. And it's not just a financial cost, so you know, additional phone calls, people emailing each other frantically trying to find out what's going on. But of course if you've got a vehicle somewhere labouring or in the wrong place, whatever, then it's not actually making a positive contribution to the environment, because then you get all the emissions of the vehicle and all the problems that can come with that. So I think transport businesses need to embrace technology. They need to be more innovative in what they're thinking. You know, there are more systems out there now to help monitor drivers' performance in a vehicle. In telematics, in understanding how well vehicles are driven and what have you, but there are still elements that need to be worked upon to improve that communication and build that relationship between business. The business-to-business relationship needs to improve, and by embracing that innovation and technology, there's a way of doing that.
So the AEOLIX project reminds us that supply chain channels are globally linked, globally dependent on the flow of data as well as goods and services, and the highly skilled men and women who secure those systems and protect them from human and technological threats. And this whirs way behind the scenes and makes sure that everything flows in as frictionless a way as possible. And it's really important organisations work as hard as possible to maintain the skill levels of their people, the up-to-dateness of their technology, making sure they've got the appropriate balance of investment in security versus the friction that can introduce into business processes. And the project has shown how this can be achieved at scale and in a reliable and sustainable way.